Hi folks, this is Jay. I hope you're okay today. It's good to see you. This is an open letter to Captain Awesome, and the reason it's an open letter specifically to him is because I think he's a pretty decent guy, so I think he deserves an open letter specifically in honour to him. This is an open letter to you, Captain Awesome. You invited me on your show to do a chat on True and Truth, and I appreciate that and would like to do that, but I feel that at the end of the day I don't think anybody, I'm not playing for sympathy and all the rest of it, but at the end of the day I don't think anybody really wants me on YouTube, whether that be Christian or atheist. Maybe one or two atheists might want me to do my crazy stuff, and maybe there's one or two Christians that maybe want me to do Bible teaching, but generally there's no appetite for Jason Burns on YouTube. And so that's the first reason why I just want to bow out and just get on with life. I was glad that I went on your show yesterday, because I was very disturbed by Live Life's talking about I could kill some people. I think that was really below the belt and really unfair. And he offered help. And if he offered help and he really meant it, then he'd take off that first video that he made on me. And he'd have taken that down years ago, but he hasn't. So his offer of help is a bit hollow. And offering help as if I'm some kind of guy who killed someone, when all the issue was about DMCA, it's just a bit extreme for me. I think that's just not fair. And he did say that all my arguments have debunked. Well, I've had 3 channels that have been lost. 3 channels with 3 lots of scholarly videos, so how can my arguments debunk when my videos, 2 channels are lost? How can that be my videos have been dealt with when they're not around anymore? And the videos that are up here are scholarly videos, many of them, and you as atheists have not even gone near them, you've not even touched them, you've not even commentated on them, you've not debunked them. You don't see any reason to engage with them. My series on Dr. Borkham, my channel Historical Jesus Studies, you've not engaged with. So my arguments haven't been debunked, my arguments weren't even given an hearing in the atheist community. So on your channel the other day when I did turn up, I really appreciated the fact that we were able to get on, we were able to have some friendly banter, and I think that's what it's all about. But I do think you wiggled your way out of it. I do think that it's not been recognised as a community. You've not recognised it as an atheist community, what you did to me. What you did to me was horrendous. You've all said that you weren't involved, you've all said that you weren't connected to it. But you must have all known what was happening. You must have all known what Jim Gardner was doing. And if you knew that, then why didn't you tell me? Or why didn't you inform me? Because I don't think you realise what a shock it was to go to the doctors, and the doctors tried to get you, or almost threaten you with being sectioned. I don't think you realise how horrendous that is. And so we talked about Kat and Alex and how upset they were about the false attacks that I made, and yeah, I apologise for that. But on the show it was not recognised by anybody. It was not recognised by anybody, and nobody apologised for what happened to me. And what happened to me was horrendous. It really, really was the pits. And I know you all say, oh well, we cared about you, buddy, and all the rest of it. Well, if you cared about me, why try to get me sectioned and then afterwards take the piss out of me and say, well, you know, don't argue with me, I might kill myself. Make jokes like that. And I know Alex said he wasn't on that show at that time when you did that. But Alex, you must have known what was going on. You certainly didn't disagree with what they were saying, because you kept the whole show on. You kept that show on. You haven't taken that show off. So I'm not accusing anybody individually, because I don't know who was involved. But I do know this, that you as a community, a good number of you, and the people I talked to, a number of you knew what was going on. You had a responsibility. And if you had any decency, you would say, Jay, what was done to you was flipping way, way below the belt. We're sorry. We didn't know it was going ahead. We knew someone was going to do it, and we're really, really sorry that it's damaged you and upset you the way it did. And there is cyberbullying going on. You have 4 soccer accounts, and you say you're not connected to each other, but you are connected to each other. You are in communication. I've seen comments from these people on these soccer accounts pretending to be me, and they're in communication with you, and I've seen those comments, and you are connected together. Now, does that mean you're nasty people? No, because I've been on your show and we had a good banter. But what it means is you have, as atheists, an unbalanced attitude towards me. You're not letting me have my freedom of speech. I am frightened to critique atheism because I might have to go through the kind of scenario that I went through the last few months. A number of atheists were attacking me while my auntie was seriously ill. Not trolls, but atheists. There's an unbalanced attitude out there amongst the atheist community where you've demonized me, and where you're saying things about me that are unfair and have curtailed my free speech. And I don't have free speech anymore. I literally don't. I know you invited me on your show, Captain Awesome, to talk, but how long would that last before the backstabbing starts? And the fact of the matter is, I don't have free speech. My free speech has been taken away. I put the videos up there now, and I'm just getting on with life. I'm just going to get on. I'm not going to get involved again, because I just don't feel safe. I'm not even going to look at, when I've done this video, I am not even going to look at YouTube again. I'm just not going to go near it, because you do make me ill as atheist. You make me ill by the constant attacks that you've done against me. And I know you can say, oh well, and Lenny, you know, I find it really creepy that you kind of say, well, I'm not going to let you off, as if you're kind of some righteous guy who's standing up against me, and you're gonna make sure that I pay the price if I transgress. I find that pretty creepy, mate. Because at the end of the day, I should be free to say what I want on YouTube. And if YouTube don't kick me off, then it's got nothing to do with you, mate. I just wanted the freedom to be me, to say what I want and do what I want on YouTube. And what I wanted to say on YouTube is to preach the gospel and do scholarly videos. I didn't want to, and I don't want to get involved in controversy with atheists after you tried to get me sectioned. That was it for me. I didn't want anything to do with the atheist community after that. And I can't win, because you always wiggle out of it. You always make up a story, and you always wiggle out of it, and I can never pin you down and get you to take responsibility for the actions that you've done. And you have cyberbullied me. You cyberbullied me for 3 years as an atheist community. Live Life cyberbullied me. He got on in a debate with me with 3 against 1. Then he uploaded a video of me when I was not at my best. He still hasn't taken that video down. And I've been constantly cyberbullied. And you say, oh well, yeah, you went after us. Well, 1 against flipping hundreds of you. 1 against 10 of you. I mean, grow up. It's not like it was 500 of me against 10 of you. It was like 1 of me against hundreds, if not thousands of you. So grow up, for goodness sake. And you needed calling out on a lot of the bullshit that you were saying, and a lot of the abuse that you were giving people. The Fundamentally Flawed podcast was very abusive to Christian apologists. And the show that was done yesterday, where I took the t-shirt off, that's how it should be. That's how we should be. We should be like that. We should be having a bit of fun. We should be having a bit of banter. We should be getting on. But that's because you made an effort and I made an effort. But it's not been like that all the time. It's been a constant war from both sides, and you have to be honest about it. But the casualty of war is that I can't continue anymore. And so I just feel that for my own sanity, that the best thing for me is just to get on with life and just ignore YouTube, because it only makes me ill when I get some of these attacks from some atheists. It just makes me ill. And these controversies that we get into makes me ill. And then you don't take responsibility for your side of the bargain. You know, all that controversy with Kat and Alex would not have happened if it weren't for Covenant, the new Covenant group, and Magic Sandwich Show, and Ozzy, and many other atheists, and other people attacking me, saying I plagiarized, without giving me a chance to come on your show and answer. Nothing would have happened if you wouldn't have all bullied me like that. And the new Covenant group is not as sweet as you made out yesterday. And I don't like it that you attack Christian apologists. Even on the show yesterday, you didn't have a good word to say about any of them. So I was glad we had a good time yesterday. But for me, I don't have freedom of speech. The atheist community, you have taken it away from me. I can't attack you, I can't fight you anymore, because I might get sectioned. That's what you did to me, and I just feel that the best thing for me to do now is just get on with my life. And I really do apologise that I didn't preach the gospel as I should to you, and I'm sorry about that, and I wish you all the best. Take care now, and God bless.